My sister raised her glass, eyes sparkling, lips painted in venom. "Cheers to the Ramirez family," she said, her gaze grazing over everyone like a queen surveying peasants. "Except for Isabella, the failure who only has money." Laughter erupted, my parents' laughter. And I didn't blink. I raised my glass too, calm and steady. "To the failure," I said, voice clear, sharp, final, "who will stop paying for your wedding." The silence was immediate, delicious. You don't see betrayal coming when it wears your last name. You excuse the jabs as jokes, the cold shoulders as stress. You tell yourself family doesn't mean harm, they just don't know better. But mine did. Natalia was always the favorite, beautiful, loud, dazzling in ways that burned others just to be near her. I was the quiet one, the one who built things, the one who paid for her tuition, her first apartment, the deposit on the wedding venue, the damn Vera Wang gown she had to have. No one blinked when I offered. They just said thank you and spent more. It started with the cake. Her fiancé called me. "Can you cover the extra $600 for the fondant tier?" he asked, like I was the ATM and not the sister. I hesitated, and that pause was all it took. The next week, I overheard Natalia on the phone. "She thinks she's important because she makes 6 figures. Please, she buys her friends and still eats alone." She didn't hang up fast enough when I entered the room. "Oh, we were just joking," she said, eyes wide with fake innocence. I nodded. I didn't say a word. I started watching instead. There were more calls, more dinners where I footed the bill, only to be talked over, mocked, diminished. She has no husband, no kids, just her spreadsheets and cats. Except I don't have cats. They just liked the narrative. The final straw came 2 weeks before that dinner. I accidentally saw a group chat. Her phone lit up while she was in the bathroom. My name was the chat title, Isabella the Wallet. Natalia, my parents, even our cousin Lucas, laughing at me, calling me pathetic, desperate, lonely, but useful. I took a screenshot, sent it to myself. And in that quiet moment in her kitchen, I stopped being the wallet and started being the weapon. I didn't explode. I didn't cry. I calculated. I called the venue first. The balance hadn't been paid. I asked for a full breakdown, every invoice I'd covered so far. $43,712.27. Next, I called my lawyer. The wedding contract was under my name, for simplicity, Natalia had said. Perfect. Then I called the bank, froze the wedding account, transferred the remaining balance to a new one under my business. 3 days before the dinner, I canceled the florist, the caterer, the open bar. I left the dress untouched. Let her try it on, twirl, dream. Let her think she'd won. Back to that dinner. When I said the words, "Who will stop paying for your wedding?" Natalia blinked once, twice. "Wait, what?" I didn't explain. I just sipped my wine. She laughed, unsure. "You're joking, right?" I smiled. "Check your email." A moment later, her phone buzzed. Then her fiancé's, then my mother's. All the same PDF. Notice of withdrawal, Ramirez wedding funding termination. Attached, every receipt, every cancellation notice, every clause highlighted in red. My sister's face drained. My mother spoke first. "Isabella, this is a family event." "No," I said, "this is a charity event I no longer fund." The next 24 hours were loud. 83 missed calls, voicemails, threats, pleas, rage. I answered none. Natalia showed up at my building. Security turned her away. She emailed, "You ruined my life." I replied, "No, I just stopped financing the lie you were living." The wedding was postponed, then downsized, then quietly canceled. Their engagement didn't survive the storm. Turns out, love built on entitlement doesn't last long when the money disappears. My parents stopped speaking to me. Publicly, they claimed I'd overreacted. Privately, they begged me to reconsider. I didn't. People ask if I regret it. No, because there's power in silence, in watching, in knowing exactly when to strike. They wanted to call me a failure? Fine. Then I'll be the kind of failure who doesn't pay for people to mock her. The kind of failure who builds empires while others build group chats. I still have the screenshot saved, not out of bitterness, out of clarity. Sometimes blood isn't thicker than self-respect, and sometimes the quiet one burns the loudest. Cheers to that.